What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm officially done with college. I moved back into my house, so these videos are going to come out weekly now. But yeah, this is the Forex analysis for week, I don't know what week number it is, but it's May 13th through the 17th. So let's get into the charts. So this week is going to be really simple. I only have three pairs that I'm really going to be looking at. So first up is GBPUSD and EURUSD. These two pairs were also on the top of my list from last week. We're still looking for a good entry on these. I did get in on Friday, but I got in kind of late and there really was not much volume. So it was kind of like a bad entry in the sense where there was no volume, but we still took very little bit of profit. Only there's like a few $100. So I guess that's fine, but it was nothing significant. It was like, I don't know. I don't even want to go over like exactly where my entry was and where my exit was at the end, because like I just closed it because of the weekend coming up. I didn't close it because like it was a good exit point or anything like that. But yeah, so basically we're still looking for GBPUSD. Still looks really good. So for GBPUSD, again, like if you remember from last week, we have this big push down. We're coming back. We're retesting our area of interest. We're retesting previous market structure. We have somewhat of a daily double top being formed here. It's not super clean, but it is there. We are rejecting our EMA on the daily. If you go down to the 4 hour, we had a big push down as well, which is great. It didn't break this bottom part too cleanly, which I'm not too happy about. And it did create this like 4 hour double bottom, which is kind of unfortunate, but doesn't mean that opportunity is lost. So right now we're coming back up. We had this good push down, coming back up, retesting previous market structure, retesting the area of interest again on the 4 hour. So yeah, likely what I would like to see is just a little clean breakdown on the 1 hour. Something that's really going to show me what direction this market is going to go in, right? Is it going to push down here or is it going to continue up? So I want to see a strong push down for it to come up, retest this 1 hour market structure and this 1 hour EMA, and then I'll be looking for a position, something like this. Enter in somewhere around here, and then we'll look at our take profits, maybe somewhere around here, right where these kind of lows are hitting, and this like upper wick. Yeah, because like sometimes I don't entirely like to go all the way down to the bottom, especially if it's a big steep drop like this and then bounces straight back up. It shows a very strong level of rejection, especially at this level. So we don't want to like keep our profit level all the way down here. I'll probably just have it around here, try to close out on a 1.65, maybe closer to a 1.2, depending on our entry and where our stop loss is going to be. So we'll see. We'll just wait for a little bit more market structure to be developed over the next day or two and see if there is any entry. Very similar for EURUSD. I had a very small trade on Friday, which was literally a break even, or maybe it was like a few $100. Nothing crazy. Like I don't even want to count it as a trade because it was honestly a silly entry. Not a silly entry. It was just a silly trade to enter in on Friday. I just kind of wanted to get some action in during the week. So I entered at like whatever it was, maybe like 12 or 1 p.m. on Friday, and you could see how little volume there was, right? The market didn't even move. It like barely budged. But yeah, so same thing with EURUSD, very similar to GBPUSD. We are pushing against these tops like before. We're somewhat retesting market structure, just the general lower low, lower high, lower low, creating a lower high now. Kind of went past our market structure, which is not too great. If you look at what FX Alex G has said, he also mentioned that we are above our area of interest, which for my chart as well, is the same thing. We are above our area of interest. So we should just be careful and kind of wait for another strong push downwards, wait for a retracement, and then look for our entry. So we're going to be looking for, specifically on the 4 hour, it'll look a little cleaner. If we do get a strong push down, like I have here, right? We have a strong push down, we bounce, we come back, we're retesting market structure, we're retesting this area of interest, and we're retesting our 4 hour EMA. Once those things start to line up, that's when we will look for our entry somewhere around here, stop loss around here, and then our take profit around here. We could have our take profit maybe even a little lower now, because unlike GBP USD, This one has a little bit of consolidation kind of towards the bottom here, right? So we have more action, more days that it took before it started to bounce back up. So that, for me, that makes it a little bit more confidence in putting my take profit a little bit lower. So I might honestly kind of keep it at this one lower dip right here, or I'm not too sure actually, and maybe around here or around this lower area. Probably somewhere in between a 2 and a 2.5. We'll probably stay somewhere within this range if we do see the proper market structure being developed, creating this lower low, lower high on the lower time frames. Of course, we wanted to see it rejecting our EMA as well, but we also have to keep in mind for the USD pairs, there's a lot of news this week, specifically for the US dollar, right? We have Jerome Powell speaking. We know how much he fluctuates the markets. Like, you know, he kind of runs the whole markets. We have a huge day. What is this, on Wednesday? Yeah, we have a huge day on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. We have, you know, some of the biggest numbers of the entire year coming out at a single moment. So we're going to see probably the biggest spike that we've seen in months. If we get an entry before then that'd be great. But if we don't, then we might just have to kind of wait it out, because being inside of a trade when that much news is coming out means that we could get a very strong wick that just like takes us out before going into our profit zone. So we just have to be careful, just be cautious. And yeah, so EURUSD very similar to GBPUSD and GBP CAD, right? This one I think looks pretty clean, especially on the daily. We're creating our reverse head and shoulders pattern, which we love to see, especially when the right shoulder is making a new high over the left shoulder. That means we're strong in reversing our market direction. The only thing I don't like too much, the only thing I don't like too much is that on this weekly, we could see that it created a nice weekly push, which is great. So our weekly is bullish. And then on the retracement down, we had this 1 week where it wicked really, really low. Like it took out so many of these lows from the previous lower low, or the higher low from the previous higher low, right? So we made this, and then our week came down and it respected the low, but it did wick really below it, really far below it. So that's just one thing that I don't really like to see. It doesn't make it as strong as we wish, like especially here on the daily. We could just see like, oh, there goes my camera. But yeah, it's not as clean to see it wick that low and take out a bunch of lows, because we don't want it to start to reverse now into the bearish direction. But overall, weekly is bullish, daily is bullish, 4 hour is kind of bearish technically. We have this push up, then we made a new higher high here, made this lower low bearish. Yeah, and then this makes lower low bearish here. So we are bearish on the 4 hour. But we are starting to already see somewhat of a little push upwards, which is great at this area of interest. And also we have some daily rejection wicks while respecting our daily EMA, which is great. So for me, what I'll be looking for in this trade is probably some type of lower shift of structure, which would be on the 1 hour or 30 minute. This is going to be a hard 1 hour or 30 minute to break, because we're going to have to break through this high, which is already really far into it. We want to have like our entry here, stops here, but we have to break really high above for it to kind of retrace back down here. I don't know, it's a little iffy. We'll have to be a little cautious. So yeah, let's see. There's not much news going on this week. Unemployment rate is pretty big, but that's the only news, and that one is that on Tuesday. So yeah, I think we'll just wait for kind of a shift of structure on the 1 hour or 30 minute. It's kind of basically the same, and then try to look for a retracement back. We could set an order up probably around here, and since we don't want to keep, like, if we have our stop loss down here, it's just way too big to kind of catch any moves. Like, it's just going to take way too long. That's not really what we're looking for, unless we have like even up towards these tops, right? Even if we're looking at profits above all these wicks and towards these tops, it's only a 1.6. We would definitely want to have our stop loss probably around here, just to cover this lower wick, this lower wick, this lower wick as well, kind of like this whole area, but taking a little bit more of a risk in not protecting this bottom area. But for me, that's okay. It's been working out decently for me, so we'll just have to be a little cautious, a little careful. But yeah, so we have the daily reverse head and shoulders. We'll probably be looking for a 1 hour head and shoulders, which we kind of are already getting, but it's not super clean. Yeah, I just kind of want this to develop a little bit more, honestly. We don't like to enter trades on a Sunday night. It doesn't make sense. There's not much volume going on, especially on a day like this. It's still Mother's Day, so we don't want to be trading right now. We want to at least wait maybe a day for the markets to kind of create a structure for the week. And it would be great as well on the weekly. We kind of see the head and shoulders here, but yeah, we could create a little lower weekly wick here and then fill it up all the way to probably these higher highs. I don't know exactly where that kind of lines up. Yeah, probably closer to these tops. Take profit would probably be around here. We do have another area of interest that's kind of scary just because we have so many rejecting wicks at this upper area. So we'll just have to be a little careful. That's why I kind of want my take profit to be a little lower than I normally would like to, because normally I would like to put it here, but we're gonna probably have to shoot for something like this, maybe just like a straight 1 to 2, honestly, and then call it a day, because we don't want it to hit this area of interest and then come back down, hit our stop loss, and be all sad for the rest of the week. So but yeah, those are the only 3 pairs that I'm looking out for this week. So it's gonna be a pretty slow week. If we don't take any trades this week, it's no big deal. We'll just go next week. We'll just wait for more market structure. The other markets and the other pairs aren't looking too hot. They look very messy right now. They're not looking very clean. So we'll wait for some movement to happen, especially since there's a lot of USD news coming out. A lot of USD news tends to really push all the other markets in a certain direction as well. So we'll see what happens with Wednesday. And then, yeah, we'll come back next week and we'll see what potential there is for next week if we don't place any trades this week. So that's pretty much it. Go follow my Instagram if you want to see daily updates on the trades that I'm taking, and also some reels that I'm going to be posting about these trades. So go follow my socials, link in bio. Hope you guys enjoy your Mother's Day. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.